You want to sound fluent in English? What a surprise. Let me give it to you straight. Let's get to the point. Look, here's what you got to do. Learn collocations. What I've just used are collocations, and those are what you need to sound fluent. I'm just trying to make a point here. Okay. No matter how good your grammar is, unless you know collocations, you are not going to be fluent in English. Knowing complicated idioms isn't the answer. There aren't so many of them which you really need to know. And idioms, anyway, are collocations. And so, in some ways, are phrasal verbs. All the fixed expressions, the ones which come to us naturally, are collocations. And so it's collocations you need to be able to chat naturally and sound fluent. The ones which just come to you without having to translate. Okay, I'm enthusiastic about this because I've got a bee in my bonnet about it. That's an idiom, but it's also something we use in everyday speech. In a sense, that's a collocation as well. I've got a thing about it. I've got to think about collocations. In this video, I'm going to show you 50 collocations which are in regular use. Knowing them is going to help you with your fluency. Before we go on, let me ask you, please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and then you'll be able to see future videos about speaking English fluently. All right, let's get on. 50 collocations. Here goes. Collocations with conclusion. A foregone conclusion means something that is certain to happen or be true, typically because it's expected or inevitable. Given their unbeatable lead, it's a foregone conclusion that they'll win the championship. Come to a conclusion, to reach a decision or form an opinion after considering all the information or evidence. After hours of deliberation, the jury finally came to a conclusion. Jump to a conclusion, to make a hasty judgment or decision without considering all the facts or evidence. Don't jump to conclusions without hearing both sides of the story. Collocations with face. Face the consequences. To accept and deal with the results or outcomes of one's actions, whether positive or negative. If you break the rules, you must be prepared to face the consequences. Face up to the facts. To acknowledge and accept the reality or truth of a situation, even if it's unpleasant. It's time to face up to the facts and admit that we need to make some changes. Face the thought of. This one's usually used negatively. To confront or deal with the idea or possibility of something, usually something unpleasant or challenging. He couldn't face the thought of losing his job. Collocations with effort. Determined effort. effort exerted with strong resolve and dedication towards achieving a goal. With determined effort, she overcame all obstacles to reach the summit of the mountain. Team effort. Collaborative work or endeavour involving the combined efforts of a group of people. Winning the championship was a result of a remarkable team effort. Worth the effort. Deserving of the time, energy or resources invested in achieving something. Although it was challenging, the end result was definitely worth the effort. Collocations with easy. Dead easy means extremely easy or simple. Don't worry about the test, it's dead easy. Cooking pasta is dead easy. Even beginners can do it. Take it easy. To relax or calm down. To not exert oneself too much. You've been working hard all week. It's time to take it easy and enjoy the weekend. Take the easy way out. To choose the simplest or least demanding option, especially to avoid difficulty or responsibility. Rather than facing the challenge head-on, he decided to take the easy way out. Collocations with idle. Idle chatter. Meaningless or trivial conversation, often engaged in without any particular purpose. The meeting was filled with idle chatter and accomplished nothing. Bone idle. Extremely lazy. He's bone idle. He never lifts a finger to help around the house. Despite having plenty of work to do, she chose to be bone idle and procrastinate. An idle threat. A threat that is not intended to be carried out. A threat made without the intention of being acted upon. His warnings were dismissed as idle threats because he never followed through with them. Collocations with living. Make a good living. To earn enough money to live comfortably. He makes a good living as a software engineer. Despite the challenges, she manages to make a good living as a freelance writer. A living wage. A wage or salary that is sufficient to provide the necessities of life. Workers campaigned for a living wage to ensure they could support themselves and their families. Within living memory. happening or existing during the lifetime of people who are still alive, remembered by people who are alive today. The flood was the worst the town had seen within living memory. Collocations with suggestion. Come up with a suggestion. To offer or propose an idea or solution. We need everyone to come up with suggestions for improving efficiency. She came up with a suggestion that solved the problem. A tentative suggestion means a suggestion offered with hesitation or uncertainty, not definite or fully formed. He made a tentative suggestion about how to proceed, unsure if it was the right approach. The team discussed several tentative suggestions before settling on a plan. Act on a suggestion. To take action based on a suggestion that has been made. After careful consideration, they decided to act on her suggestion and implement the changes. Collocations with trouble. Cause trouble. To create problems, difficulties or disturbances for oneself or others through one's actions or behaviour. His reckless behaviour caused trouble for everyone involved. She always seems to cause trouble wherever she goes with her confrontational attitude. Run into trouble. To encounter difficulties or problems unexpectedly. They ran into trouble when their car broke down in the middle of nowhere. Put someone to any trouble. To cause someone some inconvenience by asking them to do something for you, which requires effort. I don't want to put you to any trouble, but could you give me a hand in moving the furniture? Collocations with time. Find time. To make time available for something. I'll try to find time to meet with you next week. It's important to find time for hobbies and relaxation amidst a busy schedule. Have a whale of a time. To have an extremely enjoyable or exciting experience. We had a whale of a time at the music festival last weekend. The kids had a whale of a time at the amusement park. Over the course of time means during a period of time, gradually or over an extended duration. Over the course of time, she became more confident in her abilities. Collocations with full. Full explanation. A detailed and comprehensive account or description. I expect a full explanation for why the project was delayed. She provided a full explanation of how the accident occurred.
feel the full effect, to experience the complete impact or consequences of something. It'll take some time to feel the full effect of the new medication. Make a full recovery. To completely regain one's health or well-being after an illness or injury. With proper treatment, he's expected to make a full recovery. The patient made a full recovery after the surgery. Collocations with come up. Come up with an alternative. To propose or suggest an alternative option or solution. We need to come up with an alternative plan, since our original idea fell through. She came up with an alternative route to avoid the traffic jam. To come up to standard. To reach or meet the required standard or level of quality. The product doesn't come up to the standard we expect from this brand. Come up with a solution. To devise or find an answer or resolution to a problem. We need to come up with a solution to address the issue of declining sales. Collocations with comment. Fair comment, meaning a reasonable or justifiable opinion or remark. His criticism of the government's policies is a fair comment. Fair comment, you make a good point there. Decline to comment. To refuse or choose not to give a response or opinion. The company declined to comment on the rumours surrounding the merger. Throwaway comment. A casual or offhand remark that is not intended to be taken seriously or given much consideration. She made a throwaway comment about quitting her job, but I don't think she meant it. Collocations with question. Tough question. A difficult or challenging question to answer or address. That's a tough question. I'll need some time to think about it. The interviewer asked a series of tough questions during the job interview. Dodge the question. To avoid answering a question directly or untruthfully. Politicians often dodge the question instead of giving a clear answer. You try to dodge the question by changing the subject. To put a question to somebody. To ask or pose a question to someone. I'd like to put a question to the panel regarding the proposed changes. She put a question to her teacher about the assignment. Collocations with get. get the hang of. To become skilled or proficient at something through practice or experience. It took a while, but I finally got the hang of using this new software. She quickly got the hang of playing the guitar after a few lessons. Get your priorities right. To properly order or arrange one's priorities to focus on what's important. You need to get your priorities right and focus on your studies before anything else. Get itchy feet. To become restless or eager to travel or move on to something new. After a few months in one place, she starts to get itchy feet and wants to explore somewhere else. Collocations with improvement. Marked improvement means a significant and noticeable progress or enhancement. After implementing the new training program, there was a marked improvement in employee performance. Modest improvement, a slight or moderate enhancement or progress. The students' grades showed a modest improvement after extra tutoring sessions. Room for improvement. Areas or aspects where enhancements or progress can be made. The feedback highlighted several areas where there is room for improvement in the project. Even though the performance was good, there's always room for improvement. Collocations with age. Look your age, meaning to appear to be the age that you are, typically in terms of physical appearance. She takes good care of her skin, so she doesn't look her age. Act your age, meaning to behave in a manner appropriate to one's age, usually implying maturity or responsibility. Stop messing around and act your age. He needs to learn to act his age and take his responsibilities seriously. And finally, age is just a number, meaning the concept that a person's age does not necessarily reflect their abilities, interests, or vitality. Don't let your age hold you back. Remember, age is just a number.
Hope you enjoyed the video and that those collocations prove useful to you. Play it again, get them into your head, into your mind, so that they start coming out naturally when you're speaking. And they really are the key to having a fluent, natural sounding English conversation. Don't start thinking about, oh, my accent isn't good enough. I want an English accent like you. Which English accent? There are so many of them. As long as your English is clear, your pronunciation is clear, it doesn't matter if you've got an accent. What matters is being able to use these phrases, the collocations, these chunks of English naturally without having to translate into your head from your own native language. Okay, I've got one good suggestion for you. If you really want to start practicing your English and using lexical chunks, including, of course, collocations, then come and join our Chatterbox Zoom workshops. They're great value, they're great fun. We have a bunch of very enthusiastic learners there, and you'll learn a lot, not just from me, but from each other. Because much of the time is you talking. You go and work in pairs, you go and work in groups. I come along to listen, hear what's going on, give you advice when it's needed, and they take place 3 times a week. So check out the link in the description. I hope to see you there. And let's collocate. See you soon. Bye for now.